Hey everybody, welcome to the Pam Show. Today I have a special guest.
Hi,
Tell everybody who you are.
my name is Griffin, and I'm a grandson.
Yeah, I just found him wandering around outside and drug him in. Total stranger. Don't believe it. Anyway, all right, so I wanted to interview Griffin. He's 12 years old, and I wanted him to be on the show just to answer some questions that I have as a grandparent and maybe some stuff he'd like to share with you about what it's like being a 12-year-old boy in today's world. Because it's a whole lot different than when I was growing up and my brothers were growing up. All right, so Griffin, let's start off with what do you think about um, kids having cell phones early?
Um, so I think it's like a delicate balance because you have to wait, like, are they responsible? Are they just like always glued to it? Like give it a test. Like, are they responsible with it? Are they always glued to it? Do they like listen to you like after a while? Because sometimes and us sometimes and my siblings don't usually listen to our parents after we've been on screens for a long time,
Why is
like three
that?
hours.
Wait. First of all, you shouldn't be on screens for 3 hours.
Yeah, I
That's a
know.
whole different subject. But second of all, why do you think that is? That you're on the screens for that long? You think that's healthy?
Um, I don't think it's healthy. Like I wouldn't suggest it, but
Okay.
I wouldn't really say like no screens at all because sometimes like you're on a road trip, right? And
Hmm.
then all you have is like and say if you get like say if you don't have any books and you only have your friends, then so kids don't get bored to death.
What do you think we did? And I was growing up and had road trips and we didn't have
You
something.
read or look out the window, which I agree. Looking out the window is pretty entertaining sometimes,
Okay.
but say your children get a little ratty, sometimes it can like silence them. But
Okay. So I think that's why parents use let their kids have the cell phones to shut them up a lot so that parents don't have to deal with them. That's just my opinion. Sometimes it happens. What do you think about that?
uh so yeah, I agree. Sometimes parents just like shove them in their hands, like or like shove it in their hands, like shush, child.
Okay. So what age do you think a child should have a cell phone? Like for real?
For real, like dead serious, I feel like it should be around. Maybe depends. Like if they're responsible and they listen,
Hmm.
then maybe like a maybe 10 if they're really
Yeah,
responsible.
yeah, you're saying that
No,
because you're
no,
12.
no, 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 no. Maybe 10 if they're really if they're responsible. Like or tw 10 or 12 because then it's like you really get to see because you're going to like, puberty, right?
Right.
So you'll really get to see like how they react.
But do you think at 10 years old they're mature enough and responsible enough to have a cell phone? I
It
mean, wait, you're not providing, you know what's out there, right?
uh
And social media and on the internet and things
yeah.
that they can be exposed to. Do you really think a 10-year-old should have that put in their hands?
So that's where parental controls come in. So with most phones and iPads, or you can just download an app maybe,
Okay.
but most things come with it, but there's parental controls. So what I say is don't if you give it to them at a younger age, make it kind of strict, not like this time your thing shuts down and you can't have any more time until tomorrow, like 7 o'clock.
How much screen time do you think kids should have a
I
day?
think kids like on a regular basis, like school year,
Hmm.
like while school, maybe like in the afternoons, maybe 2.5 hours at the most.
Wow. Okay. There you have it, folks. I don't know that we agree, but there you
Uh,
have it. Okay. What do you want to tell people about the hardest thing about being a 12-year-old boy?
so the hardest thing, well, for me,
Besides sitting still. Besides sitting still, I keep holding the chair and putting his hands down. He's like this all over, wiggling. All right, stop. Be still. Be still. All right. All right. So tell them what is the hardest thing? Put your head so they can see your cute face. All right. What's the hardest thing about being a 12-year-old boy, would you say?
let's see. There's a lot of different things, like personally, or like friend group, or at school, or like what about that kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
you tell me. Tell me. All of
So,
it. So personally, friend group,
so
school.
friend group is like. you're gonna have to show that you're like not really like so it depends on what kind of friend group you have. If you
Okay.
have like everyone's like popular and like
Hmm.
you got to keep proving that you're like that so they want to keep hanging out with you
So you
or
have to
just like
try to change how
well
you act to fit in, is what you're saying. Okay.
yeah
Okay.
like depends on the friend group. So like
Okay.
if you're in a popular one you're gonna have to change how you act. But
Okay.
like real friends will like just like take you for what you are so you don't have to
Perfect.
change and stuff.
Good. Okay.
But then let's see, like personally, the
Hmm.
hardest thing about being a 12-year-old is hmm, there's a lot of hard
I
things.
mean, okay, one of the really good things about being 12-year-old is you have a wonderful Jeep Jeep. I mean,
Yeah.
that goes without saying.
Well, for
Okay,
most
good.
people.
For most people. Okay. You wait, are you saying not for you?
No, no, yeah,
Okay.
for me, but like
Okay.
for
Okay.
some people, they don't
Okay.
have
All
their
right.
parents. But anyway, let's see. The hardest personally, the hardest thing is sometimes you lash. Like I realize that like me personally, it sometimes I just like someone like comes up and just asks like bursts into my room and asks me something, I'm gonna lash out because like
So you
what the
lash
heck?
out. Okay, so you're saying being a 12-year boy is hard whenever people don't respect your boundaries, kind
Yeah,
of, or
kind
have
of.
respect for you and knock on the door before they just open the
Yeah.
door.
Because
Okay.
like I'm pretty chill most of the
Hmm.
time, but sometimes, and I know some other kids that are like personal space is like most valuable thing right now.
Gotcha.
So
Okay. And what's the hardest thing about school?
hardest thing about school is well, for me personally, like you said, I can't sit still. I
Yeah.
besides jiggle these chairs,
Yeah, I
I
have to do like
have
this and
time to
hold them
stop.
down.
But I'm usually fine. But then let's see. School, for me personally, I don't think there's anything really hard. But I guess might come with puberty or it might just be me, but
Hmm.
I have a really hard time focusing, especially in some of the subjects that's just like, well, like when the teacher has like just a droning voice, just like a monotone, very monotone voice.
So when they're not engaging enough.
Yeah,
So you lose interest because they're not engaging enough, is what
yeah.
you're saying. Okay. All right. And what would be the best thing about being a 12-year-old boy?
The best thing about being a 12-year-old boy is that everyone is uh, like all teenagers like personal space. Like, yeah, we do. But then it's like sometimes, but like sometimes people give it to you a lot to you, which is for me, which is kind of nice because then I get to like everything's quieter. I like things quieter than
Okay.
louder.
Okay.
I'm fine with loud sometimes, but mostly I like quieter because I
Okay.
can read and not be disturbed.
All right. So let me just tell you, he plays tuba at school, right, in the band. He's a really good bowler. What else do you like to do?
I like to read. I like to play.
On the
Uh,
phone.
no, not on the phone. Not really. I don't really play on my phone. I have games.
Whoa,
I have games.
whoa,
I have
whoa.
games. I have games,
Okay.
but
Hello.
I only play it when I'm
Here
like
we go. Here we
bored
go.
on a car
Uh-huh. This is what I see.
on a
Uh-huh.
on a car ride, okay?
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I'm bored.
Okay. Listen, don't lie to your Gigi.
I'm not lying.
Okay. Don't try to sugarcoat that. I see. I see. I'm watching you all the time. You know that. Okay. Anyway, anything else you want to tell the world?
Um, let's see what.
I was gonna say, don't say anything smart ass. I can just see what you were thinking.
So, kind, gentle, respectful, always feels fun. I got that from my after school.
Good. Oh yeah, you forgot to tell me you're
Oh yeah,
counseling training. Tell them that.
so I go to this place called Sola, great place for like a creative foundation for life. That's our slogan. But then it's always really fun because like I get to help out
Mhm.
and there's like art time. There's two arts unless it's a Friday, then there's just one art and you get to play all day. It's Mondays, that's pretty fun on Fridays, and then let's see.
So you do it for summer camp, you do it for
Yeah,
after school,
summer camp after
but
school.
you're a CIT, so tell them what that means.
So CIT is counselor in training. And then so we still like we're basically it's like job training for the future, but like there's a year rest period where it's like you go and then for sixth grade you're not allowed to go to solo because you know, apparently we
You've aged
changed.
out at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Okay.
changed and then we come back and there's like apparently there's a big difference in the attitudes between the ones that was fifth grade to sixth grade still going at SOA and
Hmm.
then fifth to like then they go from fifth to seventh and
Hmm.
then or like after sixth and then come back. There's
So
a change.
they have an attitude adjustment, is what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, between that time. And so then you become a counselor in training and you help take care of the children that are
Yeah.
younger and thing. Okay.
So it's like usually it's like maybe well it's been a lot of people so but then again there's been a lot of CITs so it's like what is that anyway
I don't know. Noise upstairs, siblings bouncing around. But so what are you learning from that?
so I'm learning like responsive
Okay.
I already knew a lot of responsibility but I'm learning more responsibility
Okay.
and initiative
Good.
I'm just getting like the hang of because usually I'm just sitting there messing around with the other kids and so I'm
Okay.
told to do something. I'm learning initiative. So
Leadership.
I've always been a natural leader.
He gets that from his grandmother. Just kidding. Anyway, all right, say goodbye. I hope you
I
learned a lot from the life of a 12-year-old boy. All right, see y'all later. And remember, hug and love your babies.
what?